morning, primary students. I'm so glad to be with you. I miss each and every one of you and can't wait until we're back together. Today, I'm finally ready to plant my garden. You can see next to me, I have a plastic swimming pool, but I'm not putting water in it. I'm sure you can see I filled it up with dirt. This is going to be my garden. It's just a raised bed like the ones we have at school. I did poke holes in the bottom of the pool so that the water will drain when necessary. And I plan on putting in flowers and vegetables. I'm going to start with the flowers and show you the ones I chose. And then we'll move to the vegetables, and then we'll get started actually putting them in the dirt. So let's see what flowers I have. This one doesn't really have any flowers on it right now, but if you can see at the ends, there's buds. And it was blooming when I bought it, and it's a very pretty purple. The plant is called alyssum, and it makes very tiny flowers, but in very bright colors. In fact, this one's called Easter bonnet violet. So that will go in our garden. And then I have one that I have no idea what it is. It doesn't say on the pot, and I just bought it because I like the yellow color. So it will go in our garden, and we'll see how it goes. It's always fun to try something different. I have 2 containers of this. Comes in lots of colors. You can see in this particular pot, there's white, dark pink, and purple. It's called Vinca. It's called Vinca. And it grows really well in the summer heat. So I thought this would be something that would be good for the garden, because as you can see, my garden doesn't have a lot of shade. So things that like sun hopefully will do well. So that's why I purchased 2 pots of that. And my last one also comes in different colors. This is called Dianthus. And this particular pot happens to have purple and white. You can see these right here are purple in the middle and white on the edge. And they have a pretty ruffly edge. They too grow very well in the summer sun. Again, these are called Dianthus, and they will go in our garden. So I have Dianthus, alyssum, I don't know, and Vinca. Those will be the flowers for our garden. Okay, I've moved the flowers aside, and now let's take a look at the vegetables. I have 2 that look quite a bit alike. That's because they both come from the squash family. This one is a yellow crookneck squash, and this one is a zucchini squash. This will be green, and obviously this will be yellow. Both of them vine, meaning they grow out and up. So I'm going to put them toward the back of the garden so that I can put some sticks so for them to climb up as they grow. So those are the 2 squash plants, a zucchini and a yellow crookneck. This is a purple bell pepper. Mostly at the store you've seen green and red bell peppers. This one is going to be a purple bell pepper. I've never grown that, so I'm kind of excited to see what it looks like. And then we have my favorite, which is tomatoes. And you'll see, looking at the bottom of this, there's 6 tomato plants in here. And they're getting pretty big. They're ready to be planted. So those will go in our garden. I do love tomatoes. And these are a tomato called Better Boy. So they're kind of a medium-sized tomato. They're not the little cherry tomatoes. And the last plant I have is not really a vegetable, it's an herb. And I had this left over from school in the firefly class. And it's lemon balm. And if you rub the leaves, they have a nice lemon smell, and you can make a lemon balm tea with them. So that will be the one herb in our garden. So tomatoes, purple pepper, yellow squash, green zucchini squash, and lemon balm. I think we have a nice variety. All right, I've arranged my garden to give me an idea of where the plants are going to go. I put the flowers in the front, the tomatoes in the middle, the two squash in the back so that they can grow toward my fence, and then here's the pepper and the lemon balm. I'm going to start with the tomato plants right across the middle. I'm going to plant one, and then I'll stop the video and finish the tomatoes, and then I'll come back. So I'm going to begin with my tomato plants. Do you remember how to take plants out of this kind of container? First, you gently squeeze 2 fingers, put one on each side of the stem, and gently pull the plant out. Now the roots are pretty tight, so I've moved them around a little bit so that they'll have room to spread out. I'm going to hold the plant gently. Use my trowel to dig a hole. Some of you have already done this at school. Once I have my hole dug, then I can gently put my plant in. I want to hold it up straight while I push the dirt back into the hole. I want my plant, once I get all the dirt in, to be standing up straight. So hopefully it will grow straight. There. Okay, welcome back. I have put the tomato plants in. Our garden's looking very full already. Zoom in a little bit. I've got tomatoes straight across the middle. And then I had 2 extras, so I put one here in front, and there is another one in the back. So I ended up with 7 tomato plants. I hope I can eat that many tomatoes. Maybe I can bring some to you. Next, I'll start with the flowers. Welcome back again. I am going to start planting some of the flowers in our garden, but I've had to let my puppy dog Ginger out in the yard with me, so if you see a little puppy walking around, you'll know who that is. Anyways, back to the flowers. I'm going to start with the vinca, and I will get a few of those in, and then again stop the video, finish up with the flowers, and come back to you. See you soon. Whew, I've been working hard. All the flowers are now in. I started in the front with the penta, so you can see that bright pink flower. Then the dianthus are over here, the ones with the little ruffly edges. And behind the dianthus is the alyssum and my unknown yellow flower. If anybody finds out what that flower is, let me know. I sure would like to find out. Okay, that leaves us with the 2 squash plants and the purple pepper plant and the lemon balm. I think maybe you could see those in the back. There's the pepper plant on the left. No, I'm sorry. That's the zucchini plant on the left. On the right is the pepper plant. And kind of behind those tomatoes in the middle is the yellow squash. And the little tiny pot on the left with the tag still in it, that's the lemon balm. So I will finish putting those 4 things in. I do want us to go over how to plant one of these larger plants. So follow me to the garden. Oops, there's my puppy. She's sniffing it out. Follow me to the garden and we'll put the pepper plant in. These are in larger containers and are a little bit different when we go to plant them. This is the pepper plant. And as I told you, it says it's a purple bell pepper and it's a sweet pepper. When you go shopping for plants, it's always good to look at the tag that's in the plant. It tells you how far apart to plant them, the different plants, how deep to plant them, and how much light they need. So we're going to go plant the purple pepper plant right here behind this little tomato plant. Since it's a bigger pot, we need a bigger hole. And again, I'm going to use my 2 fingers, squeeze the pot gently, gently. Ooh, it doesn't want to come out. Gently. Keep squeezing. There we go. There we go. All right. I'm going to continue to use my 2 fingers, but switch hands to hold the pepper plant straight while I secure it in the dirt. I'm very excited about getting some purple peppers. All right, I have my tag here and I'm going to put it with the purple pepper just in case I forget what kind of pepper I planted. All right, I'm going to stop the video again and put in the zucchini squash right here in the back. And next to the zucchini squash will be the yellow squash, also in the back. And over here on this side is my little lemon balm plant. So let me get those in and I'll come back to you. And here's the finished product. We've got the tomatoes, the squash, the peppers, the lemon balm, and all of our pretty flowers in the garden. I want to stop here and tell you, this is something you can do at home. Maybe you don't have a big swimming pool, but you can just take a simple flower pot and get 1 plant and give it care and love and see how much you can get it to grow. If you have several large pots, try a couple things. See what you and your grown-up can put together for a little coronavirus garden. Hopefully my garden will not get a virus and it will grow big and healthy. Let me stop now and I'll take you on a quick tour of all the plants. Okay, here's my little unknown flower and my alyssum. When I come around this way, I've got the dianthus with the little ruffly edge on the flowers. Next to the dianthus are the pentas. These 2 right here don't have flowers yet. The one on the right is a very light pink. It may even look white to you. And here's some brighter pink and the more light pink in the back.
Oops, I think I made a mistake. I think I was calling these flowers pentas. They're not pentas, they're vinca, V-I-N-C-A. So if you heard me say penta, just ignore it. They're vinca. Vinca, dianthus, alyssum, unknown yellow flower. That's all of our flowers. Now that we've completed the tour of the flowers, let's look down the middle of our garden. We've got tomato plants all the way across the middle. And don't forget, we had one extra one right here that's a little cherry tomato. You can see from the tag that the tomatoes are much smaller. Then, behind the tomatoes, we have our purple pepper plant, the green zucchini plant, which I hope will grow up my fence. We'll see. I'll have to move some of these pots out of the way once the plant gets big enough. Then we have the yellow squash and the lemon balm, our one herb in our garden. Herbs typically don't get very big, so if I had another one, maybe I could put it right in this empty spot. But right now I don't have any, so we'll stick with our lemon balm. So now I'm going to back up, give you an overview of the whole garden. Ta-da! I think it looks great. I hope you do too.
Hi again, primary students. Well, I finished the garden, came inside, cooled off, got a nice drink of iced tea, and remembered, oh no, I forgot to water the garden. So I will go back out and give it a quick drink, because we all know that plants need sun, dirt or soil, and water to grow. The three key ingredients that plants need to grow. We gave them soil. My backyard has plenty of sun. But I did forget the water. Although it's Saturday afternoon right now, and it looks like it's going to rain, but I still would feel better if I give the garden a little quick watering. Here comes the water.
There we are, all nice and watered. What a pretty sight. Well, I want to tell my plants, grow little plants, grow. And all of you, please send good thoughts to my plants so that they will grow just for you. I hope you have a chance to do some gardening at your house and have fun.